Welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host. I survived homelessness, sexual and verbal abuse. I'm here to guide you through your healing, growth, and reclaiming your self-love. So let's dive in. Welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host, and today I want to talk about Babe. He's not a mind reader, babe. Like, you gotta just not try to think like he can read your mind, because he can't. So I get it. You want him to just know what you need without having to spell it out. But trust me, he's not a psychic. So I want to leave 3 tips for you today. You know, this is all about being raw, being real, being vulnerable. And tip number 1, we're going to ditch the hints. So instead of I'm fine, when you're not fine, you could say, I need some extra love today. So for instance, like if you just feel you just want like a hug, or you just feel some extra love, let him know that. Like the other day I got out the shower and my boyfriend was playing the video game Madden, and I just straight up went up to him and was like, babe, I need a hug. Like, I just want some love. And he'll respect that more instead of you just lashing out and acting like he can read your mind. That never works well. So the second tip is be Pacific. So instead of I wish you'd help me more, you could say it would mean so much if you could handle bedtime tonight. So I don't really have like a set schedule, like, oh, my boyfriend does this and I do this. Like, he just fills in when I just fall short, you know? And if you don't have that type of relationship where you feel like you always doing more, of course there's times where you have to do more, but there's also times when you need that help and it's okay to ask for it. So be specific on what you need and how you feel. Now, the third tip is own your needs. Own it. You know, you're a woman, you're a female, you have needs, you have wants, you have desires, all of that stuff. So own your needs. It's not you being needy, it's you being clear. That's a difference. You know, so I always tell my boyfriend, like, I'm very simple, but I'm very Pacific. So I tolerate stuff and I don't tolerate stuff, you know, and I didn't grow up in a household with 2 parents. So I always saw my mom go get it, you know, working hard. Oh, I don't need no help. When all reality, everyone needs help. Everyone has some type of issues. Like, it's okay to mention that stuff, you know, and I had to tell my mom the other day, like, you always have this superwoman attitude, you know, and that drives people away. Like, the more vulnerable you are and the more you express yourself, it's so sexy and it just feels like you're human, you know? Like, ask for help. It's okay. So, to run those tips back, tip number 1, ditch the hints, you know? Just keep it straightforward with him. Even if you're not fine, tell him why you're not fine. Okay. Tip number 2, be Pacific. So instead of, oh, you never do this, just be like, babe, can you help me with this? You know? And tip number 3, own your needs. So it's not about being needy, you're also being clear. You know, keep that in the back of your head. So, to my understanding, if you are not being clear, you are set up for failure. And I'm trying to be like this more of a direct person and saying how I feel. But sometimes I'm really afraid of the outcome, when really you have to do the hard things in order to get to the next level or the next step or anything like that to set you free. So those are my 3 tips. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow if you are on Spotify so you don't miss an episode. And if you are on YouTube, hello, hey, how you doing? Don't forget to subscribe so you also don't miss an episode. This was a great podcast episode, and we will definitely see more of these going forward. See you in the next next one.